Good morning, first grade. So this week we are starting our skill on measurement. Now, measurement is useful to us because many times it gives us information in every day and things we do every day. For example, this past weekend I was planting my garden. Well, I had to go buy some stone to outline the garden, to put along the garden. And I needed to know the length of the garden space, so I knew how many stones that I had to get for the garden, because I didn't want to buy too many because I didn't want to pay extra money, or I didn't want to buy too little because then I wouldn't have enough. So measuring things gives us information that helps us every day. For example, if I wanted to know the length of this book, because let's say I had to buy a book bag and I didn't want to buy too small of a book bag to fit my book in. So I need to make sure I know the length of it, so I get just the right size to make sure that this book can fit into it. Okay, so in your introduction in Brain Pop, you heard words like inches, feet, yard. Okay, you didn't hear mile, but mile is a word that we use when we're measuring a piece of space. You'll also hear the word centimeters, meters, kilometers. Okay, so if we look at our chart, when we measure in inches, you'll hear, as we talk about measuring, you'll hear standard units of measurement. Standard means it's what everyone decides, because if I was measuring how many feet, I couldn't use my foot because we all have different size feet. So that wouldn't be really accurate for us to be all using different sizes to measure. So we all need to use the same lengths, and we call that the standard unit of length. Okay, so we have the customary measurement system, and that's where you will hear inches, which is about the length of a paper clip, feet, the length of a ruler, yard, about the width of a door, and mile, the length of a long stretch of road. Okay, then you have the metric system. It's just a different way of measuring. Centimeters. A centimeter is going to be about the width of your pinky. Meters, about the height of a kitchen counter. Kilometer, about the length of 6 city blocks. Okay, if you can see that, that's the mile. That's the kilometer. The length of 6 city blocks. So that's really, so we have measurement tools that help us measure really tiny things to really long things, okay? And one of the things, I know this looks familiar to you, is the ruler, okay? And on this ruler, we have 12 inches, okay? We have 12 inches. And one side tells us the customary, the other side tells us the metric side, okay? You might also see a measuring tape around the house. This is a ruler as well. Some go long to measure long things, or some go shorter. So in today's activity, first grade, you are going to be adding today just units of length. So for example, if I have 14 inches plus 23 inches, again, you can add using any strategy that works best for you, okay? But let's go ahead and place value our amounts again. We have tens and our ones. So I have one group of 10 here, so I'm going to draw that 1 10. How many ones do I have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add my 2 10s and 23. And I have how many ones? Very good. Now I'm adding my unit of measurement, inches. So 14 plus 23. I have 2 groups of 10s because I start with a larger number. So 10, 20, 30. So I have how many 10s? I have 3 10s, and I'm going to place value that. And how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 ones. So I have 14 inches plus 33 inches equal 37 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and just write my equation right here. 14 plus 23 equals 37. And don't forget to write your unit of measurement behind there. Okay, 14 plus 23 equals 37 inches. Okay, you can also solve it a different way. And we've went over this before, but if this works for you, this might be an easier strategy. I still place valued it, but I'm circling my tens. 1 plus 2 is 3, so I have 3 tens. How many ones do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 ones. So my answer would be 37 inches. Okay? So use whatever strategy works for you, but make sure, I do want to see what your brain is thinking. I call it think out loud on paper. So please use your workspace as you complete your addition problems today using length.